Hello, cutie pies, and welcome back to my channel. Do you remember, like, old school, I used to say you're cute at the end of every video? Kind of like miss that tagline, and the truth of the matter is you are cute, especially for being here today with me as we fold laundry and chat. I actually, for the first time, well, many a firsts right now. Firstly, this is on a Tuesday. My schedule's all over the place. Secondly, Courtney is not here with us right now. Do not fret. She's okay. She is just watching Jeff play video games on the couch, and it's so cute. It like warms my heart. So allow her to enjoy that moment. Thirdly, I have a very small pile of laundry, which is shocking considering what my piles usually look like. So I'm going to hop in right now and bust this out. Just wanted to do a little check-in, give you a few updates as we enter back into the year and into video making, and as we continue to evolve together. Yes. I have an announcement for my Patreon friends, the people that have been so kind to follow me on Patreon and support me, not only like support me by showing up, but also spending money. I waited like, honestly, how long have I been doing this? 12, 13 years? That long. Well, okay, Patreon hasn't, that's dramatic. Lisa, that's dramatic, take that back. Patreon hasn't been along that whole time, but for so long I was like, no, I'm not gonna do any like paid for content. I just feel like old school YouTube is where it was at for me, and I honor like you guys and your pocketbooks and just sort of the old school mentality of that. It's just been like so ingrained. So even when I like sell merch, which is linked down below, remember when my merch, by the way, I was supposed to be like a short drop. For some reason, I don't know if I like said it wrong or like actually set it up wrong on the store, but like it's still available and I'm loving it, as you can see right here. Anyways, but even with like merch and stuff, like always just like, you know, I know that there's a fine line. It's a business, like this is a business and I need to be a badass businesswoman, but I also like sometimes am not in that respect, and like just want to like respect your time and money. So anyhow, this is all going back to say, like, I finally did do the Patreon, and then I, if you guys are on there, I am taking a pause from it. So I just wanted to make sure no one was getting charged for this next month, because I was feeling like I wasn't being consistent enough, and showing up enough on there, and the quality of stuff. Although the feedback has been really kind and great, I just like personally was like, dude, if you guys are spending, even if it's just $5, I want to make sure that I'm providing the best quality content possible. And because I was doing daily or Vlogmas, and because now I'm just basically doing daily vlogs here, I just felt like I was throwing too much out there, and I wanted to make sure that like I was giving you the most bang for your buck, and I personally felt like I wasn't. So I'm taking a pause. Yes, I'm taking a pause from Patreon, and I don't know how that will evolve and if it will evolve, but I didn't want to waste any more of your money, and so thank you for your support there. And also, like, for a while I wasn't putting full episodes of the podcast here on YouTube, which I do have on Mondays. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I know sometimes you're probably, I'm not doing a good job at folding. Hey, March. Sometimes I totally get it when you see that I have a guest on that you're not familiar with. I like, as a consumer, I totally understand like that you don't want to click on that. Like, I get that. And so I'm just also trying to find a balance with the podcast in terms of having guests that you guys know. Like, okay, I'm all over the place. When I first started, I was like, I don't know, like, I want to like reach out beyond just like the YouTube space, and bring in like, you know, different kinds of people, like actors and writers and comedians, and I'm interested in those communities. But I also think that there's like a fine line and a balance here where I need to know my audience, and I feel like a lot of you don't really care about those people. Not that you don't care about them, but you're not as interested and as likely to click. So I'm, again, also taking a pause from recording as I continue to put out old episodes that have not yet been here on YouTube, and take a pause and sort of evaluate how I want to proceed with season 2 in terms of who I want to have on the show. So if you do have suggestions for that, if you want like only YouTube people, let me know. I'm trying to figure that out as to what the audience wants and also what I want, you know? So, anyways, this is all to say, if you didn't see yesterday's video, Ashley Ray is the guest, and she's a hysterical comedian, like really so very funny, and she has a great podcast. I mean, she's just like doing so much. She's kind of like on top of the game right now, and she brings on her mom, which is a first for us to have my mom and then a guest's mom, and her story, again, this all goes back to clicking on yesterday's video if you haven't. Her stories are crazy, and she reveals like truly a whole secret life to her mom that her mom had no idea she had during college. It's crazy, and I feel like it probably didn't end very well. Like, I'm curious to know how those conversations went after the cameras were off and after we ended our interview. So there's that. So anyways, this goes back to Patreon, saying like for a while there I wasn't putting up the episodes here on YouTube. I was just putting them up on Patreon. So that was sort of the impetus, or like the draw to join the Patreon. But since it is now here on YouTube, I'm going to take a pause from Patreon. Maybe I will go back. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I just wanted to make sure like I wasn't spreading myself too thin, and I was still able to provide some fun content here, and you know, not take advantage of anyone. So that is sort of where I'm at with Patreon and the podcast in terms of just taking a break, taking a pause, reevaluating, and moving forward with purpose and intention. Yes. So thank you though for the people that were over there, and I felt like I owed you an explanation, and I had been needing to put up something over there, and then just life, ma'am. Life has gotten in the way. How are you guys feeling about entering into the new year? Like what's the date today? Today, when this goes up, will be January 17th. So like we're already like rolling so quickly into the new year, into January, and I feel like there's still so many, I feel like I can't catch up with myself and everything I want to do and like get started. I'm curious if anyone else is feeling sort of that frenetic, chaotic energy. It's all like good, and I feel like really excited and inspired. I just feel like I'm sort of all over the place. Clearly, I can't even fold a little basket of laundry. I feel like I'm all over the place and like just like can't literally catch my breath, but also can't quite get everything under control. But I'm okay with that. I am just going at the pace, and I'm slowing down in areas and taking pauses and taking breaks at things so that I can kind of get my ducks in a line, ducks in order. Get my ducks in order. I'm curious if anyone else is feeling that. I think my mom said we're in Mercury's in retrograde. I feel like Mercury's always in retrograde, but that we should be out of it Wednesday, which would be tomorrow when this goes up. So, you know, maybe then my life will totally come together and make perfect sense, you know what I mean? We will see, but one step at a time. But maybe this is a reminder for those out there, or permission for those out there who need it. Like, it's okay to take a pause and take a break from things, and just like step back and reevaluate how you want to proceed with them. I feel like a lot of us are just like workhorses, and we're just like go, gotta do this, gotta do that, and like, you know, especially on social media and YouTube and stuff, it's kind of like, I've always described it as a hamster wheel. I'm just on a constant hamster wheel, and you know, it's always scary to take a pause from something. Even just like that week off I took here on YouTube, it's so scary because you're like, okay, the momentum, like I can even see like the views drop, the income drops, like you can like, there are actual results from it, but I think the benefits ultimately will outweigh that, because then you need that mental time, that mental break, or that physical break, whatever, that time to just like, whoa, take a breath, reevaluate, reposition everything, and then move forward into something greater. So that's how I'm feeling about Patreon. But thank you for everyone who was over there supporting me. You guys are just like above and beyond, like next level support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you missed it from my vlog the other day, why did I get this? Although again, kind of love the color and the vibe of it. Washed it once, already falling apart. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Today, which you'll see in the vlog, tomorrow I went on a podcast and I like couldn't figure out what to wear, shocker. And so then I ended up wearing, oh no, you'll see tomorrow in tomorrow's vlog, but I wore the sweater and I put it on and I realized it was wrinkly, but I was in a rush and I didn't have really time to take it off and steam it. And so I did the old school way. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's the flat iron method. Just took out my hair straightener and worked like a charm. You know, sometimes the old school way is certainly the way. So there you have it. Just kind of just wanted to jump on here and explain the Patreon thing because I do feel like I owed it to a bunch of y'all. Also, I'm curious, just as a consumer, do you guys use Patreon? Are you on there? Are you subscribed to people? I'm curious if who and what kind of content you go there for. Is it mostly podcast based stuff? What else are you seeing on there that you feel compelled to like go on there specifically for? It's tough. There's so many different platforms. I feel like TikTok. Oh no, dude, I just got my nails done and there is a snag. There's nothing worse than a snag in a gel nail because now it's all downhill from here. If you have gels, you know, like the minute you get in the shower, you're doing one of these. Oh man, little hair gets stuck behind there. Oh man. I should probably invest in some like clear nail polish or clear gel nail polish. That when that happens, you can kind of like run over it and it will help. Anyways, oh, I was saying there's just like so many platforms and so many places to consume content that I'm curious like what makes you actually go and spend the money and like hop over to Patreon versus like just sticking around here on YouTube, or if you're all about that TikTok life. I know so many people are. So yeah. Just love reading your comments. Last week's folding video was the best because I had posed 5 questions and your answers were just so thoughtful and beautiful and like, I don't know, sparked conversation in the comment section. I really loved it. So you know what? I'm gonna pose 5 questions now. Well, let's go 3. Let's go 3. 5 was a tall order, but that's because we were starting into the new year. Let's pose 3 questions. 1, which platform are you drawn to the most in terms of social media and mostly like video content? So which platform do you turn to the most? Number 2, what in your life do you think you could use a pause from to digest, reevaluate, and then move forward? That's like a heavy question. And number 3, what movie have you seen recently that you loved and you would suggest? Because I'm ready to dive into a good movie. We've been watching Lost. I've never seen Lost before, and for some reason it like popped up the other day. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Popped up and I was like, Jeff, let's do it. And so we've been doing it. He's seen it before, but he's like having so much fun rewatching it, and it's just something fun for us to do together. But I feel like both of us have been itching to sit down and really dive into a movie. So with the award seasons here, what movie, maybe like a more current movie, have you watched that you really like and you really would suggest? So yes, I love this turning into a 3-question moment. And any other like observations or thoughts you had after watching this video and listening to me up, let me know. Love you guys. Tomorrow, a really fun vlog, and then, well, I mentioned it in tomorrow's video, but like I'm itching to go to Costco. So if you want to see a Costco haul or shop with me, definitely let me know. And as always, thank you so much for your support. You're cute, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.